Okay, good morning everybody. Last week I made a short video about my 2-week fast, just to let you know that I was okay and that everything was good. And a lot of people have asked, not only after we posted that video but before also, about fasting. They want to know the when and the how and the why one should fast. And I think we're going to make a series of videos about fasting. But before we get started, I want to explain very briefly how it is that the body heals. Because the body has its own innate wisdom, it knows what it's doing, and it is constantly struggling towards perfect health. It's a process which is forever ongoing. Now, before we start talking about fasting, I want to explain a little bit about that healing process that the body is constantly working on. Now, I would say, a very, very simple man. I don't do a lot of science. I don't go into detail about things that I don't understand and never will. I don't fully know where everything is in the body. You know, I can pinpoint my heart is roughly here, and maybe some other little things. My point is, I don't really believe that you need to know any of that. The same goes for all the proteins and minerals and vitamins and carbohydrates and calories and everything. All of that, I think, is just a distraction from the truth, which is simplicity. And I'm a very simple person. Now I'm going to explain to you some processes of the body which are forever ongoing. Basically there's 4 or 5 of them. The first is digestion, second is assimilation, the third is elimination, and the fourth is healing. Now these 4 processes are constantly ongoing. But what happens is that because we are digesting food on a daily basis multiple times a day, this is what takes priority. The body has to work on digestion before anything else. So it's constantly digesting. It doesn't really get a break from that. When it finishes that, it has to assimilate. Of course, all these processes are going on at the same time, but the body does put its energy towards one of them more than the other ones. So the first thing it's putting its energy towards is digestion, and then assimilation of any nutrients that are in that food, and then elimination. That comes third. Elimination comes third, because the digestion has to get through, otherwise it can't just sit in the stomach and rot in there. So it has to process that first. Assimilation happens, elimination happens. And healing, which I've said is constantly ongoing, it slows down a lot because of the other 3 processes. So you've got digestion, assimilation and elimination, which are taking priority over healing. And the way we can speed up healing is to basically stop these other 3 processes. And the way to stop digestion is to stop eating, which is fasting. That's what you're doing. When you're stopping eating, you're stopping digestion. And when you stop digestion, you also, after a while, stop assimilation, because there's no more food to come in to assimilate. And after a while, you stop elimination. Now, elimination is not something which is going to be stopped within hours or even days, because elimination is part of the healing process in itself. The body has to eliminate things that shouldn't be there in order to heal properly. Elimination can now become a priority for the body, and the body recognizes that. It sees there's no more of the first 2 processes happening. So therefore, it basically knocks you out, not literally, but it will start taking all the energy that you would normally be using for other things in the day, because it wants to prioritize elimination, and elimination is key to healing. Elimination is basically getting rid of toxins or fat that in you, things that are inside of you which should not be there. And because the other two processes are so important to be crossed off the list first by the body, it doesn't normally get around to it. So that's why you'll see most people walking around carrying extra weight and not looking vibrant and healthy, is because they're carrying too many toxins and too much fat within them. And the reason why you're knocked out is not because you're not eating food. Well, that's not the real reason why you're knocked out. The real reason is because the body wants to focus on elimination. It seizes the chance. Like, goddamn, it's just like, I've got to seize the chance to do this while I have the chance. So after a day or so of not eating, or even less than that for a lot of people, they may want to throw up. They'll feel nauseous in the afternoon after not eating all day. The next day, almost definitely most people will be feeling nauseous at certain points. Throwing up is part of the elimination, and slowing down is part of the eliminations, because the body is saying, okay, lie down, let me take care of things. Every now and again you may rush to the bathroom, you may find yourself having black runny poo coming out, because that's part of the elimination too. And that is something to be rejoiced about. Most of these things, you want to rejoice about everything that's coming out. Every time you throw up, every time something is coming out, maybe bad smells from your body, which can be coming out from anywhere, your skin, parts, whatever. Once they come out, that's a really, really good thing. Rejoice every time, rejoice. Your body is getting better, it's cleaning itself. And it's at this point, once you've started really getting deep into cleaning, that the healing kicks in. And the healing is always going to be the kind of last thing. I mean, healing is, I'm repeating myself, healing is ongoing. It does happen all the time with the body. So if you cut your finger, you're going to get it healed. But if you're not eating anything and you're not got much to eliminate, the healing of the cut finger is going to happen a lot quicker. So really, that's want to explain to you today, just those 4, 5 basic things. It's only 4 things really. I did say 4 or 5, and that's because I was thinking in my head at the time. As I said, I'm a very simple person. That cleansing was part of it, but really cleansing is part of the elimination. So once you start eliminating, that is actually cleansing. You're cleansing your body through eliminating things that shouldn't be there. So really, you've just got the four main things: digestion, assimilation, elimination, and healing. And once you stop the first 2, the body will really be able to focus on those last 2 and really help you getting your body back into the state that it should be in. So anyway, I think I've said enough for today. I hope I didn't blabber on too much, and I hope that you get my point. And we are going to talk about fasting, but I wanted to explain briefly how healing happens before we start talking about fasting in future videos. So thanks for listening, everybody. Take good care of yourself, and see you next time. Bye.